Bonsuelo athletes. Okay, we're going to talk about a new operation here. Now, we're actually going to talk about two things, not in this video, but two things that are new. Section 6.1 is composition of functions, and that's what we're going to talk about in this video. But then we're going to go to section 6.2 in another video and talk about inverse functions, which is also something totally new. Okay, so let's talk about composition of functions. We'll get to inverse functions next time. Okay, composition. In the composition of functions, the answer from the first function that you calculate becomes the value that you input in the second function. So the answer to the first function becomes the what you put into the second function. Now, for an example, given f of x equals x squared and g of x equals 3x minus 4, find the first one is the f of the g of 5. Now, according to PEMDAS, what do? You do what's in the parentheses first. So we're going to find the g of 5 first. And we're not going to do anything with the letter f. We're just going to carry it down. Okay? So let's find the g of 5. What does that mean? Find the value of y in the g function when x is 5. So we plug in 5 for x, and then you calculate 11. Now what you're going to do is calculate the f of 11. So we use the f function, and it's 11 squared, which is 121. It's just a two-part problem, that's all. It's really pretty simple, okay? So if we find the g of the f of 5, what are we going to do? We're going to find the f of 5 first. And we're not going to do anything with g. We're just going to carry it down until we actually perform, what's in the parentheses first. So the f of 5 is 5 squared, which is 25. Now we'll find the g of 25, which is 71. So that's pretty much it. Now, let's take the f of g of x. Okay, let's do the g of x first because that's what's in the parentheses. Notice there's no number there, so the g of x is 3x minus 4. Now we take the f of the whole thing, 3x minus 4. So we square 3x minus 4 because the f function says f of x equals x squared. So we take what's in the parentheses and we square it. And then to square it, you multiply it all out. To find the g of f of x, okay, you do what's f of x first, which is x squared. And then we take the x squared and we plug it into the g equation. And we've done all these things before. We just haven't done it as a two-part problem. Okay? Given f of x equals the absolute value of 8x minus 9 and h of x equals 5x, find the f of the h of negative 3. So the first thing we're going to do is find the h of negative 3, which is negative 15. And then we'll find the f of negative 15. Okay, let's find the h of the f of negative 3. First of all, we'll find the f of negative 3. So we'll use the f function. And that gives you 33. Then we'll find the h of 33, which is 165. Okay? Now, we could do this also with points. Okay? Remember, what z of 5 means is find the value of y when x equals 5. So we go to the z function, and when x is 5, what's the corresponding y coordinate? 13. So the answer is 13. Okay, well, let's do that with composition. It's just a two-part problem. That's all. You just have to finish one part and then do the other part. Okay, so first we're going to look at the z function because that's what's in the parentheses. And it says, what's the value of y when x is 5? So what do we get? 13 from that because it's 5 comma 13. Okay, fine. Now, we're going to find the g of 13. So we'll look at the g function where the x coordinate is 13. And what's the y coordinate? 19. All right? Now, what's the next problem? The z of the g of 8. So we're going to look at the g function first. When x is 8, y is 10. So for g of 8, we put 10. And then second, we're going to look at the z function When x is 10, what's y? -3. Okay? So, oh, here's another one. Okay, so you can look at it on your paper. First of all, we're going to find the g of 2. So the g of 2 is 5. We'll use this right here. So therefore, in place of g of 2, we put 5, and then we'll find the z of 5, and the z of 5 is 13. So that's why it's 13. Okay? Now, something very important about notation. Okay? There are two ways that composition can be notated. Notice what I did in all of these problems is I used parentheses. That's the way I always notate it, okay? But there is another way to notate it, and you should understand Alex may give you the other notation also. It gives you both, okay? So I've shown you the way parentheses. What's the other way? Right here. It's this open circle. That does not mean multiplication. Multiplication would be a dot, okay? F of g of x means this. So what I suggest you do is if you're given a problem using the notation with the dot, you change it to this, okay? If I can show you a way to, I'll tell you what I do. I'm just going to get rid of all this, and then I'll show you what I do on this. Given this right here, I just take my pen or pencil and go like that, and then you've got it. So you do the g of x first, and then you do the f. Okay? I never use that notation myself, but you should be familiar with it. Alex used it. The other teacher that teaches this course may use it, and so it may end up, on a quiz or test. So you should be aware of that. Okay? So again, here, given k of x equals 2x and m of x equals x squared plus 3, find the k of m of 7. I just take my pencil, do that. So essentially what we're doing is we're changing it into that shape. So we find the m of 7 first, and then we find the k of 52. Okay? And that is it. That's just notation. I'm not telling you anything new as far as on this page about how to do the problems. It's just so you recognize the notation. That's it. All right. Take care, everybody. Have a good day.